I'm not recording.
We are synced up.
And we're back!
I completely started recording right when you was counting down.
Right before?
3, 2, 1.
3, 2,
I'm gonna
1.
test something now, actually. I'm going to power off my screen and save some battery.
Are you sure you're actually going?
No.
I see a track.
It should be.
Do you want
you
the
do
testing?
notes,
Are you
the
questioning
document?
my competence?
Yes.
I
Do you want
appreciate
the
that.
document
Yeah,
at
it's
all?
working. It's great.
Or do you want... We're not going to really... I mean, it's basically like, hey,
It's
hello.
format, it's not
So
the
if this falls
topics.
asleep, it's still
Yeah.
recording.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
welcome. This is the inaugural event. The purpose of today's get-together is to test how well these chemicals mix and whether or not they cause explosions. We're going to talk about stuff. We're going to review some beers and maybe a bourbon if any of us is feeling as manly as Dave here. And we're going to just see what happens and have some fun here. So we're going to do some introductions here. It's our first time ever to go around the room. And for all of our introverts, there's a recent meme that I saw that my wife's not much of a meme sharer. You know how like buddies share memes and they're like, oh, you tag me in memes. Like,
Yeah.
we're buddies. She's starting to do that,
to be
which
a
is
buddy
kind of
someday.
so you get tagged in memes, right? So she tagged me in a meme. We're like, oh, cool. What is this? And it was this. It was like goes to hell, the devil. Okay, so we're gonna make sure everybody's really comfortable with each other. And then me, okay, that doesn't sound so bad. And he's like, we're gonna go around the room. Everyone's gonna tell a fun fact. She's like, same, literal hell. So we're gonna not do that, but we are gonna at least go around and do names.
So it's the same.
So we'll start with you. What's your name?
You'll start with me. I am the one and only Damon. Hi.
Hi, Damon.
Hi, Michael.
You're done. What's your name?
I'm James.
He's our special guest host. By the way. Just
Special guest, James.
Wait, what kind of special? Like
Well, that's
like
for us.
licking
We're
the
gonna find
windows on a
out.
bus?
We'll find out by the end of the episode.
Oh, man.
What's your name?
Hello, I'm Landon.
Hi, Landon.
Hey.
Glad you could join us.
Hi, Landon.
Hi.
Landon, are you going to pass it off to me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. My name's Grant.
Hi, Grant.
Hey, I'm here just hanging out.
Awesome. I'm Michael.
And I'm David.
Hi, David. Perfect.
David is our guest robot.
I am David.
I can help you find directions.
Yes, David.
Look up recipes. Save files.
Right
Call
turn.
your ex.
Right turn. Now.
Now. You missed it. All right. So the first beer was kind of cool. I was walking through the store.
Oh, you didn't try
Did you
one
get
yet?
one yet? Oh,
Here.
Wait, is there
What do we got?
I got one for you.
The beer. It's from Goose Island Beer Company out of Chicago.
Matilda.
Never saw it before. It's a Belgian style ale. It's called Matilda. It's got a really neat flavor. It's kind of dark and smoky. 7% alcohol by volume. Does it have the IBUs on it?
It's 26 IBUs.
26 IBUs. I love that beers are starting to put IBU on the label, so
Yeah.
I can tell which ones I'm going to be like, you want to do this later. don't do this right now.
Hey, I'm about to smack you in the face.
Yeah. this is 40. Why don't you come back when you're a little older? We'll talk then.
I have to say I like the branding as well on this
Yeah.
because it almost looks like wine. It looks like high class on the top, but then you get down to the bottom for this particular brew, and it's like all, I don't know, medieval. Would you say it's a
Old English
medieval?
font. It's an old
Rustic.
English.
Old English,
Yeah.
rustic, and old. Yeah, but
Like a Gothic script.
yeah. So I feel like I should
It's
pay
a-
like
it's a simple-
$30 for this beer.
I like how it's a simple label, but it's like, look at me, you know.
Yeah.
So simplicity on labels is really important for me.
Does anyone
That
feel
it's
like
not too much.
the bottle feels small in the hand? Like it's like I'm a giant.
It says 12 ounces.
I felt the
Are
same
we
way,
gonna
but
rip
I've
off?
never felt that way before. It's like,
Is somebody going to do a Deadpool reference next? Or
more of this.
I hope not.
It's got
Yeah.
a short neck, but fortunately that doesn't matter when it comes to beer. So-
Maybe they store some ounceage in that bowl.
Which is a little
right there
ironic
before it
because
comes.
it's from Goose Island Brewing that it would have a short neck.
Short neck, yeah.
Nice attention to
What
detail.
are they
Oh,
doing?
antithesis.
Wow.
Be true to your
Robot
brand.
David.
Missed opportunity. That's what that is.
It says on the label, a rustic old world Belgian style ale, and I really think that that's exactly what it tastes like. It's just that old style, like I don't know.
Yeah, I would say it's straight down the middle.
Yeah, kind of
Well,
like what
like-
you would expect out of like old Belgium, you know, or
Yeah,
Back
hearty.
in- back
Okay,
in-
we all
James, are
drank,
you highly
like, all
susceptible
of
to
it.
marketing?
no, I'm just,
right, what do you
you know, when I tasted it and I saw the label, I'm like, yeah, that's
fits.
exactly what I taste.
Yeah, I am sitting in a pub in the 1850s. Thank you.
It's got a real, almost kind of like a
Is it fruit
sweet.
forward?
Yeah. No, really, it's got almost a sweet to be a Belgian ale.
Yeah.
It's got
I
It is
more
pretty
of a
sweet. I agree with you.
like floral kind of smell to it
Yeah.
than a rustic ale
Yeah.
that they're calling for.
What were you saying, Michael? Before I rudely interrupted you.
Oh, I don't know. Probably something about being dark and smoky, and you can see the wood beams of the building you're in. They're exposed, so you feel like, yeah, this is a good play. I'm drinking a beer, and why am I appreciating the architecture? Well, because I am. Because it's a Belgian,
You're in
You
it.
gotta keep
rustic
in mind though,
old world
Belgian
beer.
beers
surrounds
usually
you.
do
I think
I'm
focus kind of
susceptible
on
to
that
marketing.
that sweet.
Yeah, what would you have
sweetness
thought of if it had like just like a some kind of like cartoon of a girl running in a field? Would you think like, ooh, that's smoky?
I would,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if it had a label like
Seriously,
that, I
first
would
date.
automatically go to hipster IPA.
Yeah. I would.
And I'd say it has a
wrong
light
with this?
flavor.
Yeah.
I'm getting a windy vibe.
All right.
A nice
Damon, what do you
light,
think?
windy vibe.
Your thoughts? We've already pretty much drank ours, so
Yeah.
you get to be the.
You alcoholics. It's really, it's not as heavy as what I expected it to be.
For a 7%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I expected, 7% with only 26 IBUs.
Yeah.
You know, it's really smooth on, the initial taste, and then the back end, it's not, you don't really get a full blown hops kind of flavor into your face, really. Yeah. It's really good for a 7%. You
Nice.
know,
Yeah, so it was on sale, $12 for a 6-pack, $2 a beer, very reasonable.
and you said it's a
Recommend it
Chicago
for sure.
brew.
Yeah, Goose Island. I haven't had a whole lot by them, but I think in future episodes you can count on seeing some more.
Oh, yeah.
I really
These were
like their
good.
312. Their 312 is probably
312.
one of their most popular, and it's really good.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so we should probably have some kind of rating system. Like, it's got to not be just arbitrary, though. Like, objectively rating these beers compared to each other. So I give it a firm
Like
5 out of 5
right down the
awkward
middle
bottles.
is drinkable. So we need to think about like what is like mud and then
Gas
all the way
station.
to
Right.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
what is beer in heaven?
Do we have a
is like-
current? Are we doing a 10-point scale or 5?
Presentation, I give it a 5 finger out of 10 fingers. No, I give it. If we're going out of 5, I give it a 4 on presentation.
Presentation really.
It's
Hits
you
home.
know, the box is real
Yeah.
simple.
The fact that it doesn't have a long, flexible neck, we're going to overlook that.
Yeah,
It doesn't taste
you'd
anything like
expect
goose.
more from
But I
goose.
like the taste.
Yeah.
But the taste, I'd say I give it 3.5 out of the beers that I've tasted in my
Okay.
travels.
Let's
I
do
give it
this.
3.5.
Let's do this a little. Maybe the arbitrary numbers that mean nothing to anyone yet. Maybe that's,
Doesn't
maybe that's
need to mean
ambitious.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean
Would you drink it again?
B and
Oh,
3/4.
absolutely.
I would drink it
I
again.
absolutely would drink it again.
Would you drink it again?
Yeah, I would get this as a. I've never had a beer before. What should I try? And I feel like okay, this one's a safe one.
Yeah.
I really like that. This is a surprising. It feels like it's going to be a very mature taste, but it's got such a clean finish that you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad.
It's much more drinkable.
It's more
Yeah.
it's more robust. I wouldn't drink it in the dead heat of summer, but like sitting around a campfire in the fall, yeah, I drink one of these.
Well, with it being September, that's
You
when
know.
most of them start. The
Yeah.
fall beers start coming out.
Matilda,
Definitely.
Yeah.
she just
Matilda's a
wants
good
to.
beer.
She wants to hang out in the chilly weather, hang out with you.
It'd be a nice introduction to ales, I think, because like I've had like only a few, but this one is a good like introduction. I feel to try. More.
Nice. We especially appreciate that input because you're far less experienced in your alcoholism. than us.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Welcome,
you're
welcome to the
You're
club.
not as dedicated of a alcoholism as we are. I wouldn't even say that.
Someday. No, it's good. Thanks.
I got.
Would you drink it again?
I think
I
the.
would absolutely drink it again. Sorry, James. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I
No, please go
interrupted.
ahead.
stepping on toes.
He was talking about the label. Looking at it again, I really like the label. I think so many people, especially like microbrews, like focus so much on like trying to get your attention with like a crazy looking label or whatever. And it's like just keep it simple. You know?
Yeah, keep it simple, man. Number one
Keep
rule
it
of
simple,
branding for
Steve.
sure.
Yeah.
You took my Peppy thief.
What do you think, Damon?
I like it. I would definitely drink it again,
Okay.
But not in the summer.
but not
Never.
in the dead.
Never,
Not in the
never in the
heat.
summer.
After working on
The
a
sun
hard day.
shining, forget it.
It would be
Riding lawnmower.
It's a little heavy for
Why did I
it.
bring
Matilda?
Matilda?
Me too. It definitely.
Where's
be
my
too
lemon
heavy to
shandy?
drink in the
Where's my
summer.
daddies?
Shandy?
Shandy.
Shandy.
Lemon
Shandy.
Lemon shandy?
What are you
Summer shandy.
What do you
Oh, summer shandy. We'll get
Never
back.
had that.
Future episode for sure. We're gonna,
We found
we're gonna
episode
enlighten
2.
him.
Yeah, we're gonna have
We're gonna
to
come
do
back
that.
to you. What do you think?
I like it, and I'm not going to limit it to a season. If you buy me another Matilda by Goose Island, I will drink it for you. But that's just the kind of friend that I am.
There it is, folks. 6 out of 6. We would drink this again. Go find it. Next up on the list
Wait, there's 6?
is a Bell's Best Brown Ale.
I'm gonna have to have one of
American
these.
Brown Ale.
Damon, after
So,
you pop yours
Bell's
open,
is from
hook me up.
Comstock,
I think
Michigan.
it's a. Oh no.
Oh, it's a
And,
Michigan brew.
It is. Michigan's got a lot of good breweries. We're looking forward to trying all of them.
Skipping over the
So
pond,
I
also known
found
as Lake
this-
Michigan,
Mm.
from
I found
Chicago
this today.
to.
There you go.
I like brown ales, and I actually had never had this before. So I thought, hey, we're trying beers. Why not?
Yeah. The owl on the label looks thoroughly unamused. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
what's really on there?
It's like just drink it already. That's what he's saying. Just drink
Yeah.
it already.
I'll let you know
That's
what I
not-
think about it.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no! One beer and he's under the puns already.
All right, so everybody take a sip and then share your thoughts. Whoever finishes your sip first.
I think as far as brown ales go, it's not the best, but it probably is. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not like great. Like I would probably drink it again, but I don't think I would go out of my way if I saw something else that I really liked.
Yeah.
Way too.
I feel like they tried to do too much with it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
It's.
When you said two, as in also, that's what I was thinking.
I think
Also, what Grant is saying.
I think what gets me is that aftertaste is it's really super nutty and bitter.
Spice. There's a
See, I'm
spice
not
to
even
it.
Yeah.
getting.
Hops
I'm
and
not even
spice.
getting that. I probably didn't cleanse my palate enough in the.
There's a bottle of water
Matilda.
there.
Get the good to go.
But it really seemed for it to be a brown ale. It seemed like too light for my.
Yeah, it finishes
It's
really,
really, really light to be a brown ale. When they put on the label it's a brown ale, I'm looking for a robust, strong after shock of a brown ale, and it's just not. It's not giving me that.
Landon, any comments on this spicy ale?
He's farther
here?
along than the rest of us.
He liked it. He really
No,
liked
I
it.
started this a lot sooner than
Yeah,
anybody
he's taking
else.
his time.
Yeah.
He's thorough.
Yeah, I mean, as ales go, I haven't tried many, but this one is definitely a lot more
good.
tart. I guess you could definitely taste more hops in this one than the other. Matilda.
Oh, do you read
I
that?
don't know if it's because of the graphic on front, but it definitely tastes like you were saying. The last one tasted seasonal. I feel like this one tastes a little bit more seasonal. I can't tell if it's because I looked at the bottle and was like, oh yeah, it's like an autumn
Right.
beer. If I didn't see that, I don't know if that would have influenced my taste on it or not. But this one seems like one you would drink more in the fall time.
Does it look to anyone else like the owl has legs and he's just sitting down, chilling, propping up?
Oh, yeah, it
propping up
does.
the front?
Those are long legs.
Like
very
he's just
long.
yo, putting my feet up, chilling in
Drink
the
it.
woods.
Don't judge me.
I got deer legs.
Here, let's pull this up. Can we get this carton
I'd say though,
Owl
I
up
know
top.
that
on the video
Giant
so
in the
they
back.
can see
Yeah.
what we're talking about?
If you guys can,
Yeah,
go online and check out
point it
this.
out to
yeah, here's the almost like a showing off of the leg.
Yeah.
Not even
Yeah.
just
I didn't
there.
even-
He hasn't shaved either.
Now I
There's
can't
definitely
see
some-
anything else.
Look
The
at my
funny part is
leg.
the owl obviously hasn't recognized that there's a forest fire coming his way. fortunately, he has those long legs, so he can get up and moving
That's
out of the way. That's why his eyes do not look concerned.
Yeah, that
You
was
know what?
great.
I didn't see the legs thing,
Like, I'm about
but now
to
I
die.
cannot
It's
unsee
okay.
it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be
But
able to
I'll
buy
say
a spear.
that you know,
That's the like owl.
No offense, Bells, because you
Speaking
make some
of
good stuff.
speaking of forest fires, as I was flying back from Salt Lake City yesterday, we flew over one of the forest fires that's local to them, and it's absolutely eerie flying over a forest fire. It looks like you're flying over the clouds, which is normal, but it has this eerie orange reddish glow to it, like you're flying over the pits of hell.
So it was still active then?
Yeah, it
Wow.
was red hot, and
Crazy.
you could smell the smoke through the plane. And the captain
Really?
even got on the intercom. Was like, just to let you guys know that
Not the
smoke
plane.
smell is not the plane. I was like, see, that's good. That's great. Thank you for keeping me in the loop that I'm not going to die on my way home.
5 minutes later, that new smoke smell is from the plane.
Notice how it changed a bit.
It is
Gonna
the
hit the
plane.
electric burn.
This is
Yeah,
not-
that's us.
That's
What
different.
time it is? That's my bad. Time to crack open.
Somebody
the best
did not
brown
cover their lithium battery in their carrier.
ale. Someone brought on a Note 7.
So I just have to point out here, I'm reading the bit of the back of the bottle, and the description clearly states toasty fall seasonal beer. So
Okay.
I just got to cheers Landon for an excellent description and good call.
Thanks.
Like you picked up on the branding
I think it's
You know,
it's-
it
and the
says-
taste, and
it
it gave
says
you that
He
feeling.
read the back
cocoa and
before he
caramel,
said it.
and I'm not. I have to say, it says hints of cocoa and caramel, and I'm not
I didn't
really
get
getting a lot of that. I'm
I'm not getting the caramel.
seasonal.
I'm not getting the caramel.
I
I'm not,
the smell. I get a little bit of like almost more of a caramel apple. There's a little bit of that fruit.
yeah,
Yeah.
the smell I'm getting it,
Did
but
you drink
I'm
it?
just.
No.
I don't know.
Cheers. I didn't
I'm
drink
getting
it.
too much.
Well, open this one.
Oh,
I'll finish it.
I think my issue is that I'm
almost-
just getting too much of that bitter aftertaste, and
I hear
and
it.
that
There's just a little bit left. I would just
like
It's fine.
I'm one
No,
that
it's
when I drink a beer, like I want it to follow through all the way, with a good flavor. And if it's got a weird aftertaste, like I don't know, like it kind of switches my mind to like, oh, this was good to oh, this is weird.
Yeah.
It
It's
smells
called,
like
it's called multi-dimensional, James. You have to
it smells like
you have to appreciate all the different the journey of each sip.
Did
you know?
anybody-
It's like-
Oh my god.
probably the dissenting opinion on this entire bottle. I think. So first, just design. I like the label much better than the Matilda. I feel like the sticker approach. I mean, it just feels like you just smack that sticker on there, or I'd put it on, like my Trapper Keeper. And it feels fun. And I know, like Bells. I mean, it's very beardy. We're in that kind of hipster kind of place, and I feel like it fits with that.
Shots
The font is kind of like ironically simple and just there. And I mean, I do feel like there's caramel to it. Like I think it is an autumn feel.
Is it simple though? I mean, it's like this is a
There's a lot
hardcore
going on.
oil painting almost.
Well, yeah, but there's not simple in
That
that.
is simple. That owl has soul.
Do you not see
That's a
the happy
done.
tree?
I think the Matilda font is a little heavy-handed.
Do you see the legs?
And I feel like this is really a little more
I'll give you
just.
that. I'll
It's
give you
just a
that,
sticker, you know. Like you got to have. There's a difference between simple and
Over the
detail.
top.
So it's an owl and the name and the long owl legs. So I do think that
Don't forget
the
the happy
owl legs
trees.
are a little bit. That's pretty funny.
Do we
But
have
the
a
rest of it?
glass?
I like Bells. I tend to like their
check
shots.
the color
Okay.
and
Yeah.
No. So my wife's
Anyway.
going through a thing. Do you guys have anything like this? Okay, so we have enough local merchants who make things
yeah.
that my wife is like, why do I have dishes that don't mean anything? I'm like, what do you mean, honey? I want dishes
They
that
don't have-
somebody made. Like, there's the guys down at the Pioneer Festival and they're spinning ceramic pottery. They're making bowls and plates. They're amazing. We got people at Mud Love. They're making cups and stuff like that, and it's for a good cause. She's like, let's just start replacing all of our kitchen stuff with like real like handmade stuff. It's high quality. Perfect.
So
All right.
basically, what she's saying is, you make too much money, and we need to spend more.
So what I'm telling you is,
Yeah.
she went ahead and threw everything away, so I have no choice but to buy new dishes. So just drink from the bottle, Damon.
I got
Wow.
Use your
I
imagination.
got little sample like beer glasses that are like sample beer glasses, and
like glasses.
yeah, they're like Yeah,
Mhm.
I got a couple of those. So what I can do is I'll bring those in next time we do this, and we can pour the beer.
You're a
into-
guest, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Next
Are you-
time.
Are you
The
coming
recurring
back?
guest host are going to bring.
You don't want to reveal that.
If there is
Well-
a next time.
Call it a
He ended up-
really.
He just ended up
Strong
being the
hunch.
dude on the couch that
What?
you invited him over for a party and just never left.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. That works. So-
James is now
I'm
the
the
dude on the
creeper
couch.
I'm the creeper guy that
Uh,
just hangs out.
You sound
And
shocked by
brings
that.
beer. I'm okay
So-
with that.
So,
Okay, before
I just kind of want to go back to the label real quick. Just, I know.
Harping on this design thing.
Yeah,
All right, James.
Did you?
I guess for me, like the labels are, for me, just are really made to like set like a mood. Like this is like to set you in the mood for fall and forest fires. And this was just kind of set you in the mood for like that old rustic pub feel, and I think they both kind of really set you up for the actual flavor that it is.
So
Solid
between
options.
Yeah.
We didn't rank this one.
we
well,
didn't.
I was
Okay.
getting ready to say between the two of them, you got Bell's Best Brown Ale and Goose Island Matilda Belgian style ale. If you walked into a store, would you buy one of them again?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Matilda just because the best brown ale is so specific, man. It's just there's a spice and all that flavor, all the extra flavor to it. I felt like I did initially that they were just trying to do too much with it. So yeah, but I don't know that we're necessarily out to have a beer battle like between the two or three or four, six beers that we try.
Just like MTV when they came out with that claymation. What's that?
Celebrity death fight.
Celebrity
Yeah.
Deathmatch.
That's old school.
Oh, man.
Yeah, where I think
way
it was
back.
Marilyn Manson took out Hillary Clinton or something like that, or
Just
who
like
was
real
it?
life. So I'm glad you mentioned the very seasonal kind of feel to this because it almost reminded me of drinking like Pepsi. It almost had such a clean finish that you're like, did I even just drink beer? So maybe it's like such a seasonal thing. It's like this is your beer for like when you're bird watching. Maybe that's why it's on the label. I don't
You're
know.
a bird watcher.
It's like, well, beer is strong today with me. So when you're bird watching, and all you know, like I need a good
So this
beer
is
to
a,
just
this
walk
is a niche
around.
brew. Is that what you're saying? This is a very.
It's just I don't,
Hang
it's
on, I
like,
want to see where he's going with this.
when I'm done bird watching and I've seen the nonchalant owls with the giant legs, like all right, I've seen everything I'm going to see today. Now it's time to go somewhere and get a beer I really want.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of where I'm coming from. It's like, I don't think I'd get it again. But thank you for bringing it.
So talk to me about
Good
this
choice.
bird watching hobby that you've
bird
suddenly
watch?
taken up because I didn't.
So
know
we're gonna
that you
change
did
the
this.
subject, and I like something you mentioned too. Is like this, or maybe it was you. Like the label is trying to set you up for the flavor, right? It's like just kind of letting
Like
you know
too
what to
much?
expect a little bit. And I have a little bit of a background in psychology, right, and advertising stuff like that. So it's interesting because the Matilda doesn't give you a lot to work with, right? With the best brown ale. It says it on there. It's the seasonal. It's the fall thing, right? And we've all pretty much dissected this thing at this point. But with the Matilda, you're not you. I think you underestimate. It's good the way that like a free burger is good. You don't have anything to compare it to. You're not trying to figure out if it was like the value for your buck. Yeah. So you're like, I don't know. And then it's surprisingly good.
Right.
If it had a label that was like really setting you up to like Unibrew's La Fin du Monde, right? These beers like super dramatic.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
cow! You know the beer is called The End of the World. This better knock my socks off. If it had a label like that and then it tasted like that, I wonder if I'd be a little underwhelmed. But it did a really good job.
Is,
of, like, just
the
setting
thing
up
is,
the-
it's
setting up
a
the
simple label,
Yeah.
you know, and it's got kind of like an old style lettering, and it even says on there rustic old world Belgian ale.
Yeah.
So it basically says this is going to taste like you're sitting in an old style pub or whatever, drinking a nice hearty, flavorful beer, and it's basically saying this is kind of what it is. It's old style. We're going to let it speak for itself, you know, and not have a fancy, like super fancy label on it.
classic recipe.
And
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed with how smooth it is, being a 7%.
Yeah.
I
You know,
again, I just feel like to me it's overstated. I just don't.
you don't like that font.
Well, I'm wondering if we're back to like I just don't like a Belgium style ale, and I wonder if you didn't, if it would be different. But to me, like if you've got a label that there's nothing there but the name, then it better be good. And to me, I feel like it's fine. It's just fine.
Well, everybody's entitled to their opinion, even if it's wrong.
I would not for where are the animals?
No animals on
I
the
don't want to
label.
drink this unless
Mine
there's
No owl legs.
we have a
There's
another
a-
guest.
Another
Do you have a
guess.
guess?
Should we invite them in?
Sure.
You should answer the door.
What?
I think.
Okay.
I bet it's my kids.
Should I
Dave,
answer
Damon's
the door?
answering the door.
We have
Oh.
What is right?
we have children during the
Careful, careful, watch where you're walking. Hey.
Hello.
How's it going?
You know.
It's good.
We
So
love
this is the part of the video that we're going to inevitably cut out.
No, we're good.
Wow.
No.
We're actually almost there, so we could.
It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was.
So apparently
Beer.
we are a
Special
beer
guest
review.
star.
Yeah, you come to the door, you're knocking.
Thank goodness we covered all the adult topics before the
Yeah.
children came
You
in.
guys are so cool. Take a picture of you.
Hey, Dad, is that the thing you got from my camera?
No. That's the thing Dave brought, because he knows
Your
he's
daughter's seen something expensive and wants it now.
I want that thing that you got from
Sorry.
So why don't you sing
Way
it
to
right
go.
now?
All right. Good night.
Thanks for visiting, guys.
What I really wanted to tell you is how it's fun. I was driving home from that parade. We got to ride in someone's car and also see the whole she could press a button and then she could put the roof below on the top so that there's no window talking.
Was it a convertible? Did the roof go up and down?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow, that's
That's
cool.
how I got hurt right.
Oh no!
You got hurt.
I'll tell Daddy all the war stories tomorrow.
Maybe next time.
When I was going on the slide, I was looking up the stairs and then I hit my face on one of the stairs and then this part of my mouth was bleeding.
Ouch.
So I had to get
Look at those arms going.
Oh, you gonna take off?
Yeah.
Are you okay now?
Huh?
Are you okay now?
I don't know.
I hope.
Bye bye now.
Bye-bye.
And we're back.
And we're back. This is the nice
Show's back.
Wait, welcome to Mr. Burke's Neighborhood, where we have random guests
Knock on the door.
knock on the door. It turns out to be his children. It's a whole lot
surprise
better than
guest.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, where he talked to himself all the time.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yes, I guess so.
Did you know that he voiced all the characters of the puppets?
Yeah.
Of course he did.
Amazing.
Of course he did.
Yeah, of course he did.
It's Mr. Rogers.
He was literally being his own neighbor.
That is not
A little
creepy.
more creepy. All right, so we're actually going to wrap things up here. So we reviewed Goose Island's Matilda and Bell's Best Brown Ale. Fairly brutal, but at the same time fairly drinkable. I think we all said we would re-drink that Matilda again anytime. She's easy to hang out with. Best Brown Ale, very specific kind of seasonal. Try it. You probably won't want to drink it again after that, but at least try it, because you should try everything at least once, right? All right, so any last thoughts before we conclude?
Until next time.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
very
you know,
Keep solving the world's
final
problems.
kind of
Until
final
next
thought,
time.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Way to leave room for everyone to
Same back channel, same back time. No,
Oh,
that's backwards.
says the guy with the Batman.
Same
Sure.
bad time, same bad channel.
Cheers, everybody.
Holy fudgy fingers, Batman.
All right.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers your
Here,
bourbon
all
bottle.
the bottles. There we go. All right.
All right.